Okay, so today we're going to be talking about carbohydrates. So some background. So there are four types of organic compounds, and these are carbohydrates, nucleic acids, proteins, and lipids. And remember, organic compounds are compounds that contain the element carbon. So we're going to look closely into carbohydrates today. So when we're looking at the composition of carbohydrates, they are made up of the elements carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. The ratio of hydrogen to oxygen is always 2 to 1 in carbohydrates. And the monomer for carbohydrates are going to be monosaccharides. And the function of carbs, so when we talk about lipids, lipids are really good at providing long-term energy because they store fat and it's really good for that purpose. But carbs are really good for providing fast energy. So if you think about athletes, they typically tend to eat a lot of pasta before they work out because it does provide fast, quick energy. So there are three types of carbohydrates, and these are monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. Some of the monosaccharides are the monomers for carbohydrates, and some of these include glucose, fructose, galactose, so basically simple sugars. Disaccharides are two monosaccharides that are put together, and then polysaccharides are multiple monosaccharides put together. So when we're talking about putting together these monosaccharides or breaking them apart, we need to touch on two types of reactions, and this is going to be hydrolysis and dehydration synthesis. So hydrolysis, if we just look carefully at the word itself, we see hydro, which is water, and lysis, which means to break apart. So in hydrolysis, we add water to a molecule, and this is going to break them apart, or a compound. We add water in between a compound, and this is going to split them apart. And so if we have a polysaccharide and we were trying to break it apart, we would do this through hydrolysis. Next, we have dehydration synthesis, and this is kind of the opposite as hydrolysis. So when we look at the words carefully for this, we see dehydration, which is a lack of water, and synthesis, which means to put together. So in dehydration synthesis, we're going to pull out the water, which is going to combine compounds. So as we see in this picture, the water is being pulled out, and then those two are now bonded. So there are four important carbohydrates that you should know. So first one is cellulose, and this makes up plant cell walls. And then we have starch, which stores energy in plants. Third, we have chitin, which makes up animal exoskeleton, and glycogen, which stores energy in animals. So cellulose is basically the same thing as chitin in animals. Starch is equivalent to glycogen in animals. So here we just have some review questions. Take about a minute to answer these. Okay, so which of the following is not true about carbohydrates? And this is going to be A. Um, Carbohydrates are good for providing short-term energy, but they do not provide long-term energy. Second, which of the following is a monosaccharide? And this is going to be um, um, D, fructose, because fructose only has one sugar unit and it is a simple sugar. And which of the following processes breaks down carbohydrates? And this is going to be dehydration synthesis.